Hi, so by the end of this video, you will be able to find molecular mass or molecular mass. That is the first objective. The second is to calculate moles, and 3, you will be able to find number of molecules using Avogadro's number. So first let's have a look at some molecules. This is example 1. And let's see, this is our first example. Now in this example there are 2 components, right? There are 2 components. The first is this letter and the second is this number. So the letter is actually a symbol, and this number, it denotes, the letter is a symbol of an element, and this number denotes that the number of atoms in said element, right? So O2 is 2 atoms of O, which is oxygen. Let's take another example. Example 2, which is N3. Now can you guess the number of atoms in N3? Number of N atoms, number of atoms of N in this substance. So dash atoms of N. Yes, you're right. It is 3. Now it's okay if you don't know the name of the element. You will learn bit by bit. N is nitrogen. Now let's take a look at our third example. H2O. This looks confusing, but it's not. So there are 3 elements. Not elements. There are 3 things in this molecule. There is this letter, and there is this number. Now we knew that in the first 2 examples there was only one letter or one symbol or one element, so the number belonged to it only. But here there are 2 elements, 1, 2, right? So who does the number belong to? So as we can see over here and here also, the number of atoms, this number is just after the element, right? Here also this number is just after the element of which it denotes the number of atoms. So this 2 is just after H, right? It's just after H, so it belongs to H. So there are 2 atoms of H, which is hydrogen, and now after H there is this number 2, but after 0 is there any number? There is no number. And we have a math teacher in our school who says कि जिसके पास को नहीं उसके पास 1. So 0 doesn't have anything, so it has 1. So it means, no, it's not 0, O. So it means there is only 1 atom of O, which is oxygen. So 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Okay, here's one last example. Example 4. Okay, H2SO4. Now it's okay if you don't know the name of these elements, but just can you pause the video and think of how many atoms of H, S and O are present in this compound or molecule. Okay, that's great that you tried at least. So it doesn't matter if you're right because we're going to we're just learning, right? Anyways, there are 2 atoms of H, hydrogen, 1 atom of S, sulfur. There is no number after S, and O is a different element of its own, which is oxygen. So इसके पास कोई नहीं, इसके पास 1. So 1 atom of sulfur and 4 atoms of oxygen. Let's write that. 2 of hydrogen plus 1 of sulfur plus 4 of oxygen. Okay? That's my niece playing. Please ignore her. Alicia, you want to say something in my video? Okay. So now that we know this whole molecular formula thing, we can easily find out the molecular mass. But one more thing before this, and that is knowing atomic mass numbers. Now we weigh chawal or rice, jawar, everything in we weigh solid substances in kilograms and liquid in liters. We have to weigh things, right? But how do we weigh atoms? How do we actually weigh them? How heavy are they? How do we know that? So basically, atomic mass number tells us how much the atom weighs, a particular atom of an element weighs. So an element, so for that we need to look at the structure of an atom. Let's suppose this is an atom of oxygen O, and these are its electronic shells. This is the first shell, this is the second shell. In the first shell, oxygen has 2 electrons, 1 Okay, let's do it here. 1, 2. In the second shell, which is its last shell, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So 6 electrons in the last shell and 2 in the first shell. Okay, now we know that the number of protons, which the protons are present in the nucleus, so the number of protons are equal to the number of electrons. So let's draw the protons here. So how many electrons are in oxygen? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So let's draw 8 protons in the nucleus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But there is one more thing present in the nucleus of an atom. What is that? It is the neutron. 1, 2, 3, and it can be the same number of protons, but it can be different also. Like for example, in carbon, there are different number of protons and neutrons. The neutrons can be more sometimes, but in oxygen it is always equal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now these are positively charged protons and this is negatively charged electron, and you must be wondering why are protons even there, neutrons even there, and neutron is like neutrally charged particles. So why do they even exist? I don't know the exact reason, but from what I have heard or basically learned is that they are there to separate. So like charges attract each other, right? So the neutrons are present so that the protons and electrons do not get attracted to each other. Yeah, like something in between to stop those forces. Anyways, here's a proper drawing. I erased all of that goal that I made. Yeah, now this is an oxygen atom, and I love how pretty it looks. Let's write the number of protons present in the nucleus of an oxygen atom. Protons equals to 8, and let's write the number of neutrons, which is also 8 in this case. So how do we find the atomic mass of this atom or this element, right? Atomic mass number is the sum of number of protons plus number of electrons. Basically it's that simple, right? So number of protons is 8, number of neutrons is 8. So what is the atomic mass of oxygen? Atomic mass of oxygen is sum of proton and neutron, so 8 plus 8, which is 16. And we denote the atomic mass in this unit, which is U, or the U is also called Dalton. And as far as I know, Dalton was a scientist. He was also a teacher, but I don't remember. Anyways, so this is how we calculate the atomic mass number. Now that we don't know the atomic mass number, it's just मतलब बहुत पिद्दी है. It's just very easy, very easy. It makes it easy to find the molecular mass of a substance. Let's find the molecular mass of substances. Anyways, what is the molecular mass of H2O? Find molecular mass of, the first one is H2O. Now we know that atomic mass number is, the sum of protons and neutrons. Now what is molecular mass, right? So in this molecule we have two elements, which is hydrogen and oxygen, right? Now the molecular mass of this substance will be the mass of individual elements in that substance, right? So the mass of H2 plus the mass of O will be, not the mass, the atomic mass of H2 plus the atomic mass of O will be the molecular mass of that substance. Let's see. Now first we need to write the first we need to see how many number of atoms are present in each of the of each type of element in the substance. So number of H is 2. H is 2 plus O is 1. So O into 1. Okay. Now let's substitute the H or the symbol of the element with its atomic mass number. Now H is hydrogen, right? And hydrogen has only one electron, and inside also it has one proton. But hydrogen is like a different substance. It's an exception to the rule of proton plus neutron equals to atomic mass number. So hydrogen का atomic mass number is only 1 plus the number of times the atom of it is present in the substance, which is 2. 1 into 2 plus oxygen. Now oxygen, we know that oxygen का atomic mass number is 16. So we'll write 16 into, how many times is oxygen there? It's there 1 time. So 16 into 1. Now we will just add these two, right? So 1 into 2 is 2 plus 16 into 1 is 16, which is basically 18. And don't forget the unit, which is Dalton, U. It's that simple. Wow. So H2O we all know, or we may not know. It's okay. So H2O is, in our language, water. A molecule of water. So a molecule of water weighs 18 daltons. That's crazy. Let's take another example. Example 2, which is CO2. I'm trying so hard not to. Okay. So how many times is C present in? Okay, let's not say C and O and all that. Let's not call the elements by the symbols. Let's call them by their names, right? how many times is carbon, which is C, present in this compound molecule? So carbon is present once and oxygen is present twice. So let's write C into 1 plus O into 2. Atomic mass number of carbon is 12 into 1 plus atomic mass number of oxygen is 16 into 2. How did I find that? How did I know that the atomic mass number of carbon is 12? So basically, the atomic number, not the atomic mass number, the atomic number of carbon is 6. So I just multiply that by 2 and I get 12, because 6 denotes the number of protons that are present in carbon. So any element, suppose oxygen, which is 8, and hydrogen, which is 1, or elements, nitrogen, which is 7. What are these numbers? Basically, they are the atomic numbers of that element. But what are the atomic numbers exactly? They are the number of protons that are present in an atom of that element. So yeah, and so that same number of neutrons are also present in that element. So we'll just multiply it by 2 and find the atomic mass number. But sometimes when the elements, like, they have an odd number, not an even number, so 7, nitrogen is 7, right? It's atomic number. So we will multiply it by 2, but we will also add 1. So the atomic mass number will be 15. You'll get to know all of this with little practice. You don't have to be a chemistry genius to know. So 12 into 1 is 12 plus 16 into 2 is 32. Now 2 is 4, 1 3 is 4. Wow. So the molecular mass number of CO2, which is carbon dioxide, is 44 Dalton. I think I'll make a part 2 where so our first objective is clear. That's amazing, according to me. This objective is done. That's very good, very nice. Let's take a different color. Yeah, I love this color. It's so cute. Wow. Anyways, we are done with this. Let's give us a star for doing all this hard work. Okay? Yes. See you in the next video, where we get to know, get familiar with the concept of moles and calculate the number of moles in a substance. Anyways, bye for now. I think this drawing is so pretty. I'm like, wow. Bye bye. See you tomorrow, or whenever I make the new video. Bye 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 bye. Alicia, do you want to say bye? Bye. Bol. Bye, bol. Okay, Alicia waved and she didn't say bye. Okay. What? MgCl2. I won't give you a lot. I'll just give you 5. H2O2. And lastly, let me think of something. Calcium hydroxide. Okay, so this is your exercise or assignment for the next class. Alicia, do you want to say bye? बोल अच्छू, बोल मुझ. Achoo, do you want to say bye? Bye bye. Bye. Say it. Okay, I know. I just know.
Bye.
Oh, she did it. Okay, bye everyone.